Okay.
Is this the first brother we've encountered other than Flamesor?
Welcome to the world of Hearthron. I'm your host, storyteller, and dungeon master Bilbo. Tonight, we are going to take a break from our series Tales from the Yawning Portal. My father-in-law, Billy and Alex's grandfather, passed away last week. And so we are going to take a little lighter side, do something instead of Dead and Fae, where I'm killing characters. So we're going to take a week or two off of Dead and Fae. Hence, we are going to start our next campaign a little early. Dragon Heist. We will return to Dead and Fae and Tomb of Horrors. And once we are done with them, we will return to Dragon Heist again. But we'll probably do at least 2, maybe 3 episodes of Dragon Heist. Get to a good stopping point. And then we will go back to Dead and Fae. As even though you see on our screen the map of Waterdeep, below that is Dead and Fae, where I have them all trapped with the Great Maw. We will start, I should say this, for the most part, we're going to use the Dragon Heist book as our main source of the adventure. None of the names of the NPCs or places will change from what is in Dragon Heist. However, this will take part in my world of Hearthron versus Forgotten Realms, as most of my players and I are not very familiar with Forgotten Realms at all. The good thing is, I've already placed the Yawning Portal Tavern in my world, as we've been running those adventures over the last couple of years in the Yawning Portal. So we have it in a place called Bakersview, a port city similar already to Waterdeep, so we're not making it too far of a stretch. We will use the map for now of Waterdeep, but we're going to end up transitioning to Bakersview once I've placed everything else of areas of interest that is in Waterdeep that pertains to Dragon Heist into that map. So once I fix some of that stuff, then we'll just be using Bakersview, but it's very close, very, very close. Not as big, but it's still close. We'll also use organization names in Dragon Heist as well, but I will probably cross-reference for my players in my world, and just from what I've learned today on YouTube about some of these organizations in the Forgotten Realms. I've heard of some of them, of course, over the years, because, hey, I've played D&D for 40 years. But I don't know what a lot of them meant until watching videos today, figuring out, okay, who are the Harpers? For example, the Harpers are good fighting against evil that hide as spies in evil organizations. Pretty cool idea. I don't have anything like that in my world. Sorry. So the Harpers are the Harpers. The Zentarum, mercenary spies. They control trade routes, the Black Network, world domination. My organization that would be close to this would be the Scarlet R Guild, which is Lord Randolph of Gauntale. Everyone has a price. The head of a huge thieves network. We have the Order of the Gauntlet and the Cult of the Dragon, which is Clerics, Paladins of Good, Knights of Gold. For my players, know them very well. The Emerald Enclave is Druids and Rangers protecting the balance of nature, which would be my Order of Nuthar. Then you have the Lord's Alliance, which strives to keep the trade routes safe. Doesn't exist in my world as well. There are way too many continents and islands that only care about their piece of the world. And there's a lot of pirates in my world. And there's probably more wars on the sea than there's land because of that. So those are some of the things. I think I might have one. Oh, yes. The Red Wizards. They're similar. They've already been exposed to that in Dead and Fae. The Red Wizards of Fae. For me, Knights of Koth, my ultimate bad guys. I think the big difference between the Wizards of Fae is my guys are probably a little bit more evil. They are hell-bent on total destruction. So, let's go ahead and start the adventure, and we'll get going from there. Let's meet the characters. Yay! We begin with all of you sitting at a table in the corner of the Yawning Portal Tavern. Tonight is especially busy and loud at the tavern. And The 4 of you, as well as the 2 of you, each received a letter this morning from where the inns that you were staying at, and it is from the famous Volo. Dear young adventurer, I need assistance in a matter of great importance, and I would like to hire you for a job. Please accept my invitation to the Yawning Portal tonight. Hand this letter to Durnan, and once you arrive at the tavern, your drink and meal will be handled by me. If you are successful on this important mission to me, I'm sure I will have more adventures for you in the future. You are all drinking ale and wine and eating quipper and chips. Let's go around the table, and I ask your character's name, what you look like, your class, and then I'm going to have each of you, after you're done, you're going to roll a d20. And this could possibly be a rumor, an adventure hook, maybe something good, maybe something bad. So let's go ahead and start with Alfansa. Alfansa? Alfansa.
Who's Alfansa?
Oh.
I am Alfansa Whitebeard. I am a Knight of the Order of Thorgon. Here is my signet ring. There's an anvil. And I am a 4'3" dwarf, green eyes, 2 braids, long black hair, then a white beard with 1 braid. On his forehead, he has 2 stripes going down in blue paint and 1 going across it. He is a cleric.
All right. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 for me?
It's 18.
All right, 18. All right, 18. All right, so you heard, as you guys were entering into the city here, that the League of Skinners and Tanners are offering 500 dragons for any exotic monster skins. So in here, in this place, dragons are considered gold coins.
Oh, so it just...
They have a face of a dragon on their
so
coin.
it's considered a gold.
Yep. Yes.
Gore already found loot.
I want to 50 dragons. Not these metal coins.
Okay.
All
My
right.
character's name is Soril.
Sorrel?
Oh yeah, Soril.
It's soil. I soil the ground.
Soril.
It's your dead body.
He has this white hair coming up from him. Pretty young looking. And
My hair is pretty young.
he's a human wizard. And his past is unknown to him. Through being raised at a dwarven forge, which he was mysteriously left at. And he's seeking Bakersfield for gold with 3 others. And just to discover a little bit more about his past.
All right.
What's your name again?
Sorrel.
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 All right, roll a d20 for me, buddy.
5.
5. All right.
There's dog
I
shit on
thought
the
you-
sewers.
Thought you would roll it. So, a couple of nights ago, you were actually here at the Yawning Portal, and you bought rounds of Shadow Dark Ale, which is the best brew in this tap room. And you bought it for everyone in the tavern, and you bought multiple rounds. You now owe 100 gold dragons to Durnan. Maybe he doesn't remember you from the other night.
Drunk.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Well,
I'm gonna see how much gold I start
we
with.
have a drunk friend, guys.
I'm gonna see how much gold I start with
Who's the other
first.
Sorrel?
I'm gonna see how much gold I
brother.
have.
All right, so that's Sorrel. All right, so let's go to Luna.
You looking up how to do dishes?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I am Luna Morningstar. I'm a tiefling. I have mostly black fur, except for
Wait. You mean you're a Tabaxi, not a Tiefling?
sorry, Tabaxi.
There we go.
This
I
is
thought it's alright. I thought you were a Tabaxi, but you said
Much. My mind went to Nario.
Yep, no worries.
My mind went to
Curses Strahd.
Can't pay all the gold off.
but my fur is mostly all black, except for a couple patches on the top of my head, which are white, and the tips of my ears and my tail are white.
Okay, cool. All right. You want to roll a d20 for me, Luna?
Yep. I can't tell if that was 9 or 6, but I think that's a 6.
A 6. All right. So you heard a rumor that Xanathar was actually killed a year ago. An illusionist is keeping up with the facade of running his guild. So that is what you heard. All right, let's go to Bitter.
Well, he's got his hood drawn nice and low and keeping to himself as much as he can. When the food arrives, he just sees it. You said it's quipper, like fish.
Yep, it's a fish. Yep,
Pushes that aside.
and chips, potatoes, fried potatoes.
You not eat that?
No.
Dibs.
All right, that's all we're gonna get from you for right now.
Yep.
All right, perfect. Roll a d20 for me.
15.
15. All right. All right, you heard the Xanathar Guild is planning a big raid against the Zatirum here in the city.
You're supposed to care.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yep, probably not. All right, Gore.
Gore!
All right.
I smash stuff!
We're still working on his English, guys. We're still working on his combat.
What does Gore look like?
Gore have horns. Fur. Gore bigger than puny humans. Puny humans very squishy. Squishy little meat sacks.
I love it.
All right. Do you want to roll a d20, Gore?
Gore roll. Gore not know what that is. Can you tell bartender?
25.
25.
Well, that would be a,
Do
it's
I
a
need
5.
to re-roll if someone else?
Yes, re-roll. Yep, because that's been a roll. Yep.
What that?
Duck.
Duck.
A 2?
4.
A 4? Oh, 4. All right.
I love it.
So, you actually
Please no rumor. May not remember rumor.
when you remember citing something when you were down training in the dungeons. And you remember this one really mean trainer, and he is bald head human, and on the top of his head he had this round circle tattooed with these spokes, lines, 10 spokes coming out of this circle, and
Like
from
the spokes were part of the tattoo.
yeah, they were part of the tattoo.
It's kind of like
Basically a
circle
circle
spikes or something.
with like lines coming from it, like 10 tentacles
Okay.
coming from it. And since then, you hate that symbol. That's ingrained in your head.
Guys, you hood cover head. Can I see?
Go away.
All right.
Black circle on head. No.
All right, Tumblewicket.
I don't see Tumblewicket. He's not here. Tumblewicket is under the table, just peering out every so often. Alfansa, are you sure it's safe here?
Yes, I will protect you. No harm will come to you in the city.
That's probably not true. Please don't lie. Tumblewicked Copper Totter Damfoodle is a rock gnome, and he is 3 feet tall, and he is a little bit nervous around people and places and things. And he is a wizard, but it's none of your business. Don't ask, please. And he is friends with Alfansa and Soril.
Sounds adorable.
Yeah, and
He not like me because I call him Little Squirrel.
Are you sure? No, I don't. But I do have a really big dog that I ride sometimes, and I want to know why the dog can't come in the bar. If someone could answer that for me, because if I look around, I see this very scary man with horns who can come in, and also there's a guy over there that doesn't even like potatoes, and my dog is very well behaved.
I love how Tumblewicked didn't even notice Luna.
So,
You're hidden, I assume, Miss Rogue.
I'm sitting at the table.
yeah, kitty cat.
A cat on a table, but my dog can't come in? It's unfair.
I'm not on the table. I'm sitting at a chair.
It's even weirder.
All right, Tumblewicked. Why don't you roll a d20 for me?
I would rather not.
I know you.
So, Mr. Wizard, would you please roll? Would you roll a dice for me, please?
Yes. 15.
Reroll. That's been done already.
8.
8. All right. Oh, this is great. So the other night, you actually ran across another gnome, and you were drinking. You don't know if it was at the Silver Plate, maybe it was a Silver Slipper, or silver something. But he told you that there was a ship that stays underwater that secretly came through the port last spring. Quite the creation he managed to hear about. But of course, it's a secret, so don't tell anybody else.
I certainly won't. That's so exciting. We should go see it immediately.
So that is what you've heard in the sense of rumors. So now, go back to around here in the Yawning Portal. And as I said, it's quite a busy evening, filled with patrons and such. And you were all at the table, sitting. And then all of a sudden, you hear these sounds of yelling as a table, like you think gamblers or maybe adventurers. You hear this noise, "Ya pig, like killing me matters, does ya?" And then you see this 7-foot tall half-orc female with this black hair, grayish colored skin, and she punches this human whose shaved head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos. There's 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray, and the half-orc cracks her knuckles after she hit him once, roars, "Rah!" and goes after the tattooed figure. As you guys see, this huge crowd a fight just break out here in the Yawning Portal.
I can't sleep.
And myself.
All right, so you're going to cast Sleep?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, go ahead and roll.
All right.
And now, where are you casting it? Because just so you understand too, this is a huge tavern. There's actually 3 levels. You guys are off in the corner, at a corner table from the fray, off to past this fight that's going on. And it's the fight's going on, of course, on the first level. It's not too far from you guys, maybe 30 feet that they're fighting from you. There's also a huge well on the first floor that some of you guys will probably know leads to Undermountain, a famous dungeon and you can pay to go down there, and then pay to come back on up.
Have I looked down there before?
I
Is it a long
would,
ways down.
I would say, yeah, you out of curiosity, especially for you when you came in and saw it, and you know about it, of course, because that's where you were probably going. It goes down at least 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you know that somebody would have told you to. That you look down, can't see the bottom, and one of the patrons says, "Yeah, it goes down." There's this huge metal cage that's right now off to the side that gets lowered down.
Elevator.
Yeah, can fit like four people into it, and gets lowered down and raised back on up. All right, so you, Thumbwiddle, are going to cast Sleep?
Yeah, right in the middle, wherever the fighting people are.
All right, perfect.
So, Mr. Wizard, would you roll 5d8 for me?
Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But the thing is, it's 20-foot radius, which probably gets a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe it starts
Nasty.
from the lowest.
Lowest, yeah.
Yeah, so probably just a bunch of stupid observers are gonna fall. But.
All right, so what's the total?
24.
24, nice. All right, perfect.
Sleep.
All right.
I'm like, shh, don't do it, no more.
Now blast a ray of frost.
All right, so yeah, so a bunch of even bystanders go down. Looks like one of the guys that was backing up the guy with the tattoos on his head, the eye tattoos, he goes down as well. And then I'll ask, what did the rest of you guys do?
Half-orc attacking a human. Pew! Red frost.
Haven't you learned last time not to use
Oh,
spells
yeah,
in a
actually,
bar fight?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see what happens.
You want to die again? I'm just warning you now.
All right, so you're about to cast something and you have a rock in your hand and you pull it down.
Rock?
You said all your spells are channeled through a rock.
No,
earlier.
my spell book is on rocks.
So he has to look at those when he memorizes
Yeah,
spells,
when I
but
memorize
not.
spells, I pull up my bag of
He has to
rocks.
study his rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, your spells are inscribed on
Yes.
rocks. Okay, all right, that's okay.
For when he has to renew his.
All right,
Mr. Wizard,
perfect.
are you gonna blow everybody up, Mr. Wizard?
I'll wait to see what happens.
All right, Alfansa, you doing anything or watching the fight?
I'm drinking. I'm not watching the fight.
All right, and then what about you, Luna?
I'm sitting in the corner waiting to see what happens.
All right, Bitter,
See what happens.
do you even care?
He doesn't even look up.
All right, perfect. All right, Gore.
I'd like to make either a wisdom check or a perception check to determine if I think that head tattoo is how similar it is to this.
Okay, just give me go ahead and give me a perception check.
What do I add?
9.
All right. Well, in the sense this, you spot it. It's definitely not a round symbol with spokes coming out. It's really like his head is like tattooed with a bunch of like eyes. Like purple eyes and stuff. Maybe even some
kind
gold
of
eyes.
similar.
No, it's just a bunch of eyes.
Okay.
It definitely does not, in that sense, look at all like it.
Okay.
But I know where you're going. But
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to the guy and grab him by his leg. The eye guy, because he's asleep right now. Or I saw him fall down.
Saw one of his guys back.
one of his guys went down, actually.
Oh, the guy with the tattoo didn't.
No, he's still standing.
Okay. I'll sit and wait.
All right. So,
Keep eating.
Durnan yells, "Get out! Leave now! Out of my place!" So his three others, and they like try to shake and wake their friend up. They drag off the guy with the tattoos on his head, and they end up leaving the place. And then some other people start waking up. About the other dozen people that went down due to Thumbwicked's spell. He started waking people up, and
Quickly, guys, they're waking up. Do something.
and just as they're getting woken up, you hear this ah, and over by the big hole, the big well in the ground, you see this large greenish figure with this long nose with straggly black hair come climbing out of the well. There's 6 of these
That'll bring my attention.
birds, like that are black birds that are stuck into him.
Birds?
They look like birds or big mosquitoes or insects that are stuck into them, and there's a few also flying overhead. And people are scattering, running out of the tavern here. Why don't you guys roll initiative for me?
Wait, why would anyone build a bar over this?
And you hear Durnan yell, "Troll!"
I have no idea what's normal, so.
It seems like the worst place for a bar.
Are you gonna eat that?
So what if you need your dog?
What?
I mean, why would you put a
What?
bar over
Kill this troll.
What's the troll?
The giant green thing coming out of the hole.
You
That
need your
thing?
dog to fight.
Yes.
You should
Smash?
like fill
Yes.
the hole in and then put a bar over it. You didn't build it in the right order.
All right.
20 trolls.
I would start with, is anybody over a 20?
Yes.
21.
All right.
I only have one deck.
Goodbye,
I rolled a natural 20. That's all I get.
Okay, so Gore's a 22.
Yeah.
Alfonso's a 21. Anybody else above a 20? All right. Gore. Oh, you 21.
What's 9 plus 10? 22.
All right. All right. All right. 16 to 20.
Ouch.
No one else 16 to 20?
When you have a
All right. 11 to 15.
I have a 15, Bill.
All right. So Rick Blue is a 15.
Bitter's a 13.
All right. So Bitter is 13.
Bitter, just to be clear, it's bitter table of 1, right?
Party of 1.
That's right.
All right. What is Soril? What is Soril?
5.
Oh, 5.
And
You gotta call him Soil, not
What-
Sorrel. Soil.
what is Tumblewicket?
I'm a 6. I'll go right before Mr. Wizard.
All right. Perfect.
Actually, that name might be wrong. I check it.
All right. So Gore,
What's your name wrong?
you were up first.
Okay. My friend told me,
Smash.
smash you! So I'm gonna, how far am I from him?
You could, as you guys have been watching this, and he's already up, you could get to him in one movement.
Okay.
This full 30-foot movement to get to him.
Uh,
And there seems to be a clear path that opened up to you. Before it was so crowded with people, and now all of a sudden it's cleared out.
alright, I'm gonna go attack him.
All right.
You get mad?
Yes.
Mad, okay. Alright, Bill. I'm gonna rage and
All
I'm
right.
gonna attack him.
Perfect.
So I'll move to him, swing.
All right.
3. I'm raging.
Raging
10.
10 is going to
Sorry,
miss.
10's gonna miss.
Yeah, 10's going to miss.
Alright.
All right. Perfect. All right.
One in jazz.
Alfonso, you are up.
Alfonso.
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 Good man.
I cast Bless on
Oh wait, I get
Gore and Creature Man in the corner, and myself.
What kind of do you offer a verbal prayer?
Yes.
All right.
Please, Thorgon, bless these mighty souls and this weird guy in the corner, and let us rid this nasty troll from Baker's View.
All right. Perfect. All right. So now the Sturges. There's 4. There's 6 of them that are stuck in him, and actually you see them actually all poke out and fly back down the hole, like their bellies are full. However, there's still 4 of them flying around, and one of them goes right after you, Gore.
Come on, little bird.
But it just completely just flaps by, misses you, and is just flapping in the air. Another one. Actually, once again, another one comes diving down at you. This one hits. He's
AC 16.
Yeah, I rolled that.
Really good.
Really good. 18 on the die.
Oh.
All right, and so you take 5 points of damage. What's your hit points?
Well, it's half because it's rage and cage.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Raging
right.
Cajun.
Thank you. So only 2 points.
I believe I'm a 15.
15. All right. So you take 2 points, and this thing is now stuck in you, sucking your blood out of you. All right, and then another one
Stay under the table.
goes for. Comes flying over and tries to poke Luna,
Oh, the cat.
but misses.
No.
And then the last one is also coming at Gore.
Little birds.
Your AC is what again? Sorry?
16.
16, thank you. This is closer. But he just does hit. He got a good hit. So he hits you again. So another one sticks into your side. However, you only take another 2 points. So -4 total. All right. And you hear Durnan yell, "Take care of the Sturges. I'll work on the troll and get some oil over here from the lamps." That's what he yells. Luna, you are up.
I pull out one of my hand crossbows.
All right.
I aim for one of the Sturges that are on Gore to help him out.
All right. All right. Go ahead and make a roll.
Does 7 hit?
No. 7 completely just goes whizzing by, hits the side of the bar, misses a dartboard, actually.
It's funny that hit the dartboard.
All right. Do you do anything else?
Do I have 2 attacks?
Probably not yet.
No.
All right. All right.
It's not
Bitter.
enough.
Sorry. Bitter.
Bit of confidence here. All right, so he'll just
Shoot the
Steady.
crossbow. Yep.
Yep, he's still seated.
All right. Perfect. Are you going for one of the troll or one of the Sturges?
Troll.
All right.
All right. 25.
Oh yeah, you hit. Jeez.
Only give it 7 points though.
All right, but 7 points. All right.
And he'll stand up and pull another bolt, reload.
All right. Perfect. All right. Now, so the troll is up, and as you see, some of it, as the blood was coming out in like 6 different spots. All of a sudden, some of those wounds heal up a little bit.
I know what I'm doing to stop that.
All right.
Trolls.
And yeah, so he tries to bite Gore here.
Bite him? Vampire.
Misses though, just completely chops in the air as he tries to bite your shoulder.
Lose it.
Comes up with a claw now. Oh, but that's gonna hit.
Ooh.
And he's raging.
It's a cloud.
Ooh, but that's still a lot. He comes. This claw comes up and scrapes the side of your body there, and you start bleeding. You take 10 points of damage.
Oh.
So you're a -9 now. All right, and then
You take 10 more points of damage?
No, your total minus
Oh,
9.
okay.
Took 5.
Okay.
He did 10, but it's halved.
That would take me out.
That gives me 1 hit point.
No, you have 6.
Yeah,
left.
I got 6.
Yeah. All right, and once again, he comes with another slash,
Ah!
but he misses. He just completely whiffs in
You
front
seem
of you.
tough. Why you make me attack him?
Durnan comes. He grabs his
Better be good squishy stuff in
big
you.
sword right behind him on the bar. He jumps over the bar here and comes at the troll. He's like,
Beast mode dwarf.
he's like, and he looks at you, and he goes, "Well, you're not as a hardy Minotaur. You're just a young whelp Minotaur, aren't you?"
I haven't broken open many boxes.
He looks at you strange as he comes
Don't
slashing
do that
down
right now,
here.
Okay, just fight the Minotaur.
All right.
Buddy the elf. Buddy the Minotaur.
So he cranks it
I'm not
once,
Mario
comes back with a second swing. That is gonna miss. Comes up, comes back down, two-handed on this thing again. Ooh, he crits him. Oh, gotta love it. This guy's first fight with, and you have Durnan helping you guys out.
Don't steal my kill.
All right. All right. So maximum damage.
Oh, man.
All right.
Make another. You know what?
And he missed con. All right. Oh, this is great.
That's 2d6.
So
One
Durnan cranks into it super hard with the second attack as he's bleeding, and the troll kind of falls back. Basically, is pushed back and falls backwards down.
I want to save it.
Down and is too far away from you as he gets pushed back, and he goes falling back into the well, back into Undermountain. So you hear the troll going down.
Gold pieces. Damn it! I climbed all that way.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Durnan, you owe me trolls inside squishies.
He looks at you. Tumblewicket, you are up.
Okay, so Tumblewicket moves to hide underneath the table
All right.
further than he already was.
Okay.
And then he reaches into his backpack and he pulls out a tiny little contraption. He winds it up and he kind of throws it in the air at one of the sturgeons.
All right.
It's a little flying creature, but it's like mechanical, and it flies into Gore and thumps harmlessly and falls to the ground.
Okay.
I probably don't even know this.
All right.
All right. I think
That's the end of it. I think. All right. Soril.
Okay. Firebolt. At one of the Sturges, I think they're called.
Yep, Sturgis. Yep.
There it is. You're stupid. I'm done using this dice. A fumble. Are you kidding?
Oh, you fumble.
That dice sucks.
Oh, yeah, look at that. You had a crit and a fumble right away.
Get your wizard dice out.
All right. No, that won't matter for
Yeah,
you.
you can't use blue dice when you're trying to cast fire.
Yeah.
So what were you doing?
Firebolt.
A firebolt. Okay.
At the bar. The guy next to the bartender. The sturge next to the bartender.
All right, I need you to make a dexterity check.
Shoot the ceiling.
That's slightly better. 11.
11. Oh, that's not good enough. So when you raise up to do your firebolt, you put it right at your ear. And you hit yourself. You basically blast yourself for a point of damage. And you've actually now torn off a portion of your ear. It's basically hanging there. A piece of your ear is just hanging, dangling off, singed off right now.
Tell me if it falls off.
Calm him down.
All right, so do round. Gore, you are up. So you have these two
Gore mad troll gone.
Yeah. So there's
Kill
they're
Sturge.
in
Kill
right
things
now.
Kill things.
Okay. Are these things attached to me?
Yeah,
or-
attached to you right now. It's like
Alright,
mosquitoes sucking the blood out
Grab
of you.
one.
All right.
I need to roll an attack.
Yeah, roll an attack.
Okay. Well, 17.
Okay,
18.
yep. So you grab one, pull it out. What do you do with it?
How big is it?
It's tiny. It's just.
I'm gonna try to eat it.
Okay, yeah. So,
Shove
yeah.
chew on it.
All right, yeah. So
You've never
absolutely.
tasted one of these before.
All right, so yeah, you
this
put it
guy
in.
not give me his fish.
You squish it, and his blood just comes oozing out. You know, your own blood really comes oozing out your
Natural
mouth. Basically, yeah, it's like a bubblicious.
It tastes pretty good.
All right. All right.
Look, I'm gonna eat this other one, so if you kill it, just
Alfansa, you are up.
How many starters are left?
There's 3 left.
2, 3.
3, yeah.
One was just you. Sturge has been eaten.
Go and help out.
This is stuff you'll never see on other day.
Nio? What is it? Her,
Huh?
what's her character's name?
Luna?
Oh, Luna. Luna.
Neo.
Nayaro is
Then the other camp.
Go and help Luna out and smash the scourge up.
Neo is actually from our Sunday group. Yeah.
That's gonna be a 18 to hit
Yes.
or 12 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you just splat it down. This is just poof, just splats. Little wings over here, there, and that's about it.
There you go. There you go, Katie. Now go back to drinking your milk.
Don't call me Kitty.
Go back to drinking your milk, Kitty.
All right. So the sturge attached to you sucks out a. How do I keep doing that? Sorry, yeah, I have to keep putting this card in the initiative order for another 2 points, Gore. So I get minus 11. Just sucking the blood right from you. All right, and then the other one, it's flying around the room. The last one. Goes right at you, Bitter. Comes down at you. And hits. For 6 points of damage.
Whoa.
As it sticks right into your chest. As you're loading your thumb cock back up, and it goes right into your chest. Luna, you are up.
I have a free hand
Yep.
that's unarmed. I take out. I'm gonna go claw at it. Just
Okay.
gonna claw it, try and pull it out.
Which one? The one on
Bitter.
on Bitter? Okay, go ahead.
Bittersweet.
You have to be shitting me.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
Oh.
My God.
I was about to say it's the last time I kill something in
I
front of your
rolled a
face.
4.
A 4?
I rolled a 4 to grab at it.
No, yep, so you miss it.
So grab would be that plus strength, right?
Yeah, so yeah, you miss.
That'd be 6 total.
No, yeah. Just
You should have ate it like
swinging.
Gore did.
It's not on me, it's on him.
All right, Bitter, you are up.
All right.
You shoulda ate 'em.
I will.
Bittersweet.
Holds the crossbow in one hand, pulls out a scimitar, and goes swinging at the damn thing.
All right.
Is it stuck in him right now?
Yeah, stuck, sucking your blood right out of you.
Yeah, he's just kind of. He basically like draws it and tries to slice it
Slice
off.
it off.
One,
Yep.
one deal. Oh yeah.
Nice.
27.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
For 9 points of damage.
Yeah. So you just cut it right on out of you. Just the tip comes right flying out, and its head pops off as you come right on, come up with it, and just drops to the ground.
You run.
All right. All right. So, Durnan sees that you're almost, you're like, whoa. He comes up, just
okay.
ever so close, and just tries to just scrape it off of you. Yeah, and does it with precision. Just comes down with this blade, and he just kills it outright. And I think that was it. That's all 4 of them. So we'll come out of.
I need a drink. A little lightheaded.
I'll get you one on the house. I'll get you a Shadowdale ale here. Shadow Dark Ale.
And,
Wait, I can help you. Cleric, I can help Soril.
and I heal him up for 5 points a day.
So 5 points. All right. So Gore, you're minus.
What did you heal?
Gore.
Okay, I got Soril. I got a wizard. So I climb up him and I pull out of my bag a gauze wrapping machine and I just start wrapping his whole head until it's over his eyes and his face. He
I
starts
don't
to look
allow
like
that. I don't allow you to wrap over my
So it
face.
starts wrapping around you.
I stop it.
All right.
I got you. Don't worry, your ear's gonna fall off. Don't move. Cleric!
All right.
I take over.
So you also,
Right
Sorrel, you also see Bitters bleeding too from this chest.
It's like, how much is my ear hanging on? How much is my
Dangling
ear
there?
hanging on?
Oh, what?
Is his ears dangling?
Just a little piece, yes. Yeah.
Let
piece
me
of your
fix.
ear.
Come here. I grab him. Come here. I'll fix.
Alfonso, go help him quickly.
Roll.
So you take
Yeah,
another
you did,
point of damage.
Then I eat it.
Yeah, all right.
Now you with me forever.
You're like, ah! Blood's dripping.
You look better now. You look like you're a squishy human.
And so you guys are around the table looking at each other, talking about what you just fought. This rather large man approaches the table and strokes his big furry mustache here, adjusts his floppy hat on his head, and tightens his scarf. He's wearing this white pirate shirt, the kind of the puffy pirate shirt. So he's wearing a white puffy shirt, and he goes, Volo Camp, get armed at your service. Chronicle, wizard, and celebrity at your service here. I trust you. You are my adventurers that I sent notes to earlier today. Is that not correct? Someone speak.
Nope. No idea who you are, man.
You didn't get my note? Oh, guess maybe I have the wrong table. It looked like you guys are
What
adventurers.
note? What's it note?
We want to be adventurers.
Well,
They do, I mean.
well,
Oh, you send food voucher.
yes, that is me. I sent the food
Food ticket.
as you say here.
You have
me.
another food ticket?
I'll take care of the rest of your food and drinks for the evening. That's for sure here. So I've asked all of you young adventurers, to help me out if you could. I trust you've seen the violence here in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit at Boulder's Gate. But now I fear that I misplaced a friend of mine, a dear friend, and out of malice. My friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains. And I worry he took a bad way home a couple of nights ago and was kidnapped or worse. If you agree to track him down for me, and all due haste, I can offer you 10 dragons each right now, and I will give you another 10 times that amount upon when you find my friend Floon. And may I prevail upon you that our is in need. Will you accept this small little quest? And I may have more services for you. I mean, I'm sure you've all heard of the great Volo, have you not?
Cleric!
Wisdom check?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I lost you
I
when
have
you
no
say
clue who he
wizard.
is. Who is he? Who are you?
I'm a wizard, a great wizard. Are you not from here? You are not from Baker's View?
No, we
You
are
don't know Volo's Guide? You've never heard of Volo's Guide. I wrote it. I'm returning after a long book signing across the continent here with Hearthron.
You
And
mean world?
now I've returned home here and went drinking with my friend, and I had a little too much and he had a little too much. We got separated, and I think he was kidnapped. So, 10 gold pieces, or 10 dragons now, 100 more each upon return of my friend.
You got a deal.
And future work.
I don't know what you said, but I go if they go.
What does your
We
friend
need a description
look
of your friend. And
Oh.
also a cleric.
Yes, yeah. He turns around. My guests here, my friends here at the Yawning Portal, there must be a cleric somewhere in here that can heal up my newfound friends. And yeah, a couple step forward, actually, and they'll heal you up, heal all of you guys.
Yeah. So we
Now,
don't.
I already wrapped his ear, so I think it
First-
sounds good.
I took off all that wrapping.
Now, this one elven woman with long white blonde hair, she looks at your ear and says, "That's not gonna grow back anytime soon, unless you pay quite the penny or quite the dragon for it."
What if I give you his ear back?
Just keep it.
All right. So he will say that his friend, let me describe him here. He's a handsome human male in his early 30s.
Handsome
With-
mean pretty?
Wavy red blonde hair. He's dressed in princely garb. He's rich, Volo says. And 2 nights
Pretty
ago,
man.
before Floan disappeared, he and the two of them were drinking and merrymaking at the Skewered Dragon Tavern, a dark, brawdy tavern in the dock ward. And he recommends that you start your search there.
At the skewered what?
Skewered Dragon.
Can you remember all this?
Is that place safe?
The dock ward is pretty dangerous, he says.
Okay, so we won't be able to go there, but maybe we can
Does he
hire
live
someone to
here?
go ask questions for us.
Well, you have this large Minotaur with you. No one's gonna
I
mess
leave
with
you
you.
alone.
Does he live here, your friend?
Or maybe not.
What was this?
What's
Does he live
what's your
here?
friend?
Yes,
your
he's
friend's
from here. My friend's name is Floon.
F-L-U-M-E?
Floon. Floon Blagmar.
Okay, let us set off as a foursome.
And is he
I
really,
think we
is
got
he a
five.
prince?
No, wait, I don't know.
No, he's not a prince. He just dresses like one.
Why would somebody want to kidnap him?
There's right now there seems to be somewhat of a feud going on in the streets between the Zentarum and Xanathar's guild, and so there's been a lot of murders and kidnappings that has at least been going on since I've been here for the last 10 days.
Are you part of either?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I make my gold off of I travel the world. I'm an adventurer like all of you.
Now, if we find out that he's dead, do we still get the 100 gold pieces?
If he is dead and you bring his body back so I can have it properly buried, yes.
Well, I guess we gotta go find his friend.
Wait a minute. You just said that these two huge gangs are fighting each other in the streets. There's no law and order, and we're going to go rescue some prince?
Well, there is actually law and order. But I would say that maybe there's probably some of the city watch here, especially in maybe the dock ward, that may turn a blind eye here, or maybe in the sense they kill each other, so what?
Come on, Squirrel. You worry too much.
But there is laws. There's definitely laws and order here in Bakersview.
Which are the two guilds? What are their names?
One is an organization called the Zentarum, or the Zents. And the other one is Xanathar's Guild. Even though it's not a guild. It's more like an organization. Thieves.
Are they both evil?
Yes.
Well, that's great. So either one could have him?
Yes. Or neither. He could be drunk, passed out somewhere. I'm just not sure.
Does he like to go to the brothels?
Not that I know
Okay. He's celibate. I think we're gonna need a rogue.
of. Oh, a what?
A stealthy person.
Nope.
A rogue. Oh.
Oh, hello. Are you a rogue?
No shit.
Oh, don't admit it like that. Just say no, but I'm sneaky. Come on. Everybody, put your hand on your pockets right now. Be careful. There's a rogue around.
I just pick Tumble up like shush.
You see why we don't trust people like you, big people?
Put little squirrel down.
Put him on the table.
Yeah, that's fine. Just put him down.
I just set him on the table.
All right. What's your name? What's your name, rogue?
Luna.
Hey, Luna.
Hello.
Hi, Luna.
Are you gonna steal from us when you're done with us?
No. Unless you
Isn't it
piss me off, no.
Isn't that your job though?
Doesn't mean I'll always do it to everyone I come across.
Oh, that's good. That's a smart answer. I don't put everyone I come across to sleep, but most of them. Do you know anything about the Zents and the Xanathars?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, you're perfect. We don't know anything either. You fit right in.
I'm good at finding information.
All right. Sounds good.
I just talked to Dermot. See what he knows.
Is there any chance one of these guilds is going to try to get ransom for Floon Blagmar?
They could possibly try to ransom him off to his family that's here. I mean, he does have, it's not like he's poor or anything. He does definitely have, gold.
Can we go to his family first and get the ransom money?
No. In fact, if there's a ransom, I will take care of it because I feel responsible.
Okay. Let's assume there's 1,000 dragon ransom, and we will need that in advance.
No, I'm not going to do that. As I said, you guys go, try to find him, bring him here, and I'll pay you 100 dragons each, as stated.
Can you put a price on your friendship, though?
As I said, if there is a ransom, if you go there and find out and he is kidnapped and there is a ransom, then we will work that out.
Okay.
We can leave him alone. He just lost his friend. Let's go.
I'm predicting there's a ransom.
Yeah, sure. We'll get to that point when it gets to that point.
All right. Hey, should we get that scowly guy over there with hooves?
The Minotaur?
I figured
the
he
other
was
one.
invited by the other guy too.
Yes, he was. We received a letter this morning.
You coming with?
Yes.
Dude with hooves, are you excited for this or not?
He's been with them.
Huh?
What's your excitement?
Durnan comes walking up to the table. My friend, you were here the other night, and you built up quite the tab. 100 gold piece, 100 dragons?
I have that all right here.
Thank you. All right, so
Marking off 100 gold, down to 10.
I would suggest, Mr. Durnan, that he may have paid it back with his blood tonight when he defended your bar. Respectfully, sir.
But don't give it back to him.
Look at his ear. He's permanently scarred, despite my attempts at healing him.
sorry, that was an expensive beer.
Soril, show him your ear.
He already looks at it.
That's not going to heal. An elf told us.
Nope, he probably isn't, he says.
That'll help the Minotaur.
Can I get crate for all this food? Bring with?
Since you helped out in the battle with the Minotaur,
I'm still
yes.
eating and we have to go.
Yes, I'll put this in a box for you.
Beer too?
I'll put a small keg of beer. Yes.
This very aggressive wizard attempted to help you too.
Can we get a word in with Durnan, please?
Yes. He says to you, Luna, he's looking at you. Yes.
Do you have any information on the Zentarium or the Xanathar's guild?
Well, what do you
That
want?
would be helpful.
Well, they are, from what I understand, they're warring against each other right now. The Zentarum is really a group of mercenaries, spies, and such that just try to control quite a bit of the seaports, different ports in the all over the world, actually. But they have a big, strong. They do have a big, strong presence here in the city.
I'm sorry, I just hear my brother in the background.
Yes, so do we.
A moment, please.
Rogue, you're not very stealthy. I hear all kinds of noises.
So where we go?
What you
Go to the tavern.
Yes, if you go to the Skewered Dragon, he will tell you that if you go to, actually he'll tell you the streets. Go to in the dock ward. It's off of the cross streets. It's between Net Street and Fillet Lane.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta net them and then fillet them.
Yes, exactly.
Information on Xanathar's guild?
So Xanathar, he says, is an underground, also a thieves network here, but his foothold is here in the city. Xanathar is actually beholder and very paranoid and stays underneath the sewers.
A beholder?
Yes, a beholder.
So don't be an alley cat in the sewers, or else you might get eaten.
You don't want to run into him, okay?
So,
But
Luna, don't you belong to that guild?
No!
Okay.
But
Just because I'm rogue does not mean I'm part of that guild.
It probably does mean
It means watch your pockets, guys. That's what that means.
Everybody keep your hands on your pouches while she's around.
Good thing Gore not have pocket.
That's
So-
true. You know, we gotta let you out pocket.
So stay clear of
Soril holds.
stay clear of
Gore.
Xanathar. Whatever you do, stay clear of him. But he's in the sewers. There's layers in the sewer.
Stay out of the sewers. Hard one to think.
Okay.
Alright, we go to the Skewer Dragon. On neck and fillet.
Do we know how to get there?
Yeah, if you ask around, they'll tell you that once you head out and you ask a couple people, they'll steer you down certain street. Here, just go down this street and you'll find it, and into the dock wards. You guys start heading in there, it's once you get there, you get this in the dock ward. You get the smell of salt water as well as fish. You get that smell. You also get the smell of urine, like people just peeing on the buildings or the alleys and such. It reeks. Does not.
It smells and looks like
I'm
Gotham.
riding on Lockjaw now.
Okay, perfect.
I'm walking.
All these buildings marked.
Yeah, there's.
Lockjaw.
Yeah, and I mean, so you'll see different shops and such as you go down the streets here. Fish market, meat markets, all a variety of stores, as well as in the city's, crowd. It's night, but the streets are still crowded, especially in the dock ward. A lot of drunks, walking by and such. And as you turn a corner, you find yourselves on a street that has been actually cordoned off by the city watch. And lying on the cobblestones out in the front of you guys, you have the city watch kind of stopping you guys. You see about a half dozen dead bodies or corpses on the ground. It looks like to be some sort of terrible skirmish that must have happened. The watch officers also have disarmed, and it looks like they've arrested 3 blood-drenched humans. And it must be in the midst of questioning. All 3 of them are on their knees with their hands up and behind their heads. And one of the officers says to you, "Get on. There's nothing here to see."
Well, hey, I am a knight of the Order of Thorgon. There is much to see here. What happened here?
He'll say there was a skirmish between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild here. And there's about a dozen guards that seem to be around here as well.
Who won? Who are the men that you're arresting?
We haven't figured that out yet. We don't know if it's both or one.
We're looking for a pretty human.
But we can look elsewhere. Let's turn around, everybody.
If you're looking for a pretty human, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
Where we go?
We're continuing. Don't listen to the Minotaur.
You'd want to go to the castle ward, but I don't know if they would I don't think the city guard or myself, the city watch, would let you in that area.
Castle.
All right. So it's, you guys can continue through the dock ward as you're walking. You need to see that the buildings here are very tall. They're densely packed, and it just seems like there's just a shadow, just looming down with the streets, with the street lamps that are lit. You also see a lot of them that are smashed. The street lamps are smashed with candles stolen from them. And as you guys continue on, you see this weird-looking shop. It has a purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder. So it is stuffed, round, big old stuffed beholder with the tentacles sticking out. Now this looks like the tattoo.
I'm gonna attack it. It's a storefront, Bill.
Yeah.
Maul in hand, I'm gonna bash through the window, full force at the.
All right, go ahead.
At the beholder.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
20 something.
Oh yeah. So you guys see him just go around and smash through this glass, attacks this stuff.
Well, why did I agree to be his brother?
14 points of damage to the
Hey,
side of the
hey,
store.
you stop.
All right, yeah. So you smash through, and you just go pinata right at this thing. What weapon do you use?
My maul.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Perception. Is anyone around?
Oh, make a roll.
No, is there anyone who is actually intelligent right now?
17.
All right, yeah. So there's about 6 onlookers that are just kind of shocked. A couple drunks and
After I smash it with my maul, I put my maul on the ground and rip it in half to see what's inside.
then you okay, yeah, so stop it. And it's because you're smashed through the window and sitting, all of a sudden on you see across the room as you look up, you're like, it's filled with just stuffing. Like, what's in here? Looking for your prize, and you see sitting in shock this hairless old gnome, cross-legged on his countertop, and he's wearing plume-colored robes, and his cheeks are decorated with 9 purple painted eyes on him, almost like the guy is tattooed. And he's a gnome. He's a gnome here, and he's like, "What have you done to my store?"
You lucky. This thing, dangerous. I throw it at his feet. I kill it though.
Hey, I come in.
I
like-
save you.
Is somebody in charge of you?
What charge me?
Is somebody
I can
watching
charge.
over you? He's like, "Don't touch anything else in my store, please.
Everyone just comes and grabs you and drags you out of the store.
Please don't touch anything
welcome.
else."
Okay, I'm taking that
Wait,
out of
this
this
guy's like just sitting on the ground?
No, he was sitting on the counter when he comes crashing through.
I come in. I say, how much would it be to pay for all this? I'm sorry.
No, I help him.
No,
I save him.
Nick, go outside. Go back outside.
It will cost.
This is coming out of his money, by the way, because I'm holding on to his money.
He says, for the.
Your face kind of looked like that thing.
Hey, you get out. You get out.
And
Says the wizard.
you also make a perception check.
No, don't make a perception.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you don't.
16.
Okay, that's good enough. So you also see from the big one that you just ripped up, there's a bunch of small ones too on the shelf.
No, hey,
And also like little trinkets and stuff. It looks like just a little trinket shop here. But yes, you see it.
stop. Don't.
Yeah,
This
probably.
bad place.
No, you
This is
out.
bad. Bad mojo
Hey,
here.
You out bad place. You out bad place.
This
Go.
bad place.
Leave. Leave.
He goes, 2 gold or two dragons for the window and 5 for the stuff.
There's 7 gold. That's deducted from your money.
Okay.
And I say, no, out of the shop now.
Bad place.
Out of the shop. We're gonna talk to you later. Out of the shop.
Maybe bad.
Out of the shop.
I'm not bad.
You out of the
I
shop
just-
now.
I just run a trinket shop here.
Out.
I leave.
I'm gonna cast the illusion of a beholder,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna have it float like 5 feet away from Gore at all times, and kind of just lead him in a circle.
Does it look like the tattoo?
Yeah. Well, no, the beholder, the big stuff thing that you just just ripped apart, is now floating above your head and going around in
Alright,
a
I'm
circle.
swinging at it with my maul.
All right.
And I'll lead
Regardless
him
of
away
what
from
may be
the-
behind it or around it.
All right. So you're just kind of leading him down a little bit, to let him
Yeah.
exhaust himself out a little bit.
And then in Gnomish, I'll say, "I'm sorry, goodbye."
He says, "Okay, just make sure you control that big beast."
Okay.
All right. What do you do?
Bad place.
I walk out of the store
Do you
now.
pay him?
Yeah, I pay him 7 cause
Okay.
7 dragons because I'm holding on to his money.
All right.
Because you don't have pockets.
Beholder's whip Gore.
All
And
right.
the beholder
And then you
tattoo
guys,
on head whip
you
Gore.
guys just end up leaving then. Just head on out.
Mhm.
All right.
Like nothing happened.
All right. So yeah, you pay him off, and you guys just start walking fast. All right. You end up going a couple more blocks, and you find the skewered dragon. It's facing. It actually faces an alley, and not too far actually from the shop that Gore just demolished. And the skewered dragon looks like it's in ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed, and a ship's anchor is lodged in the roof of the place. Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards. As you guys look in the window to see if it's even open. But there definitely seems to be patrons in here.
Okay, Luna, good luck. We'll wait out here for you.
I'm going into.
No, wizard, you let the rogues go first. Didn't you read any of the books I showed you? The rogues go in first.
If you didn't put him on rocks, he doesn't read them.
Okay, we'll wait out here. Good luck, Luna.
I go into.
All right.
No, Mr. Wizard.
You go in, I go
don't
in.
I hit the wizard in the chest. Stay.
Food all gone.
All right. So he's gonna stop you. Try to stop you going in.
Gore, no. You stay.
I'm going in with. You stay out here. I'm going in with.
You go in, I go in.
No.
Mr.
Who
Wizard,
protect you?
stay out
I'm
here.
well capable of protecting myself.
I'll wait a little bit and then I'll follow him.
Mr. Wizard, I don't want to point this out too meanly, but I just saw you blow up your own ear.
Soril? Did you not hear Gore? Gore, if you come in with me, he follows. I want him to stay outside.
I not go in with you.
Hey, you.
And Alfonso is holding you too. Just keep you outside.
Fine, I'll stay
And
outside.
I'm holding him too, from his ankles.
All right. All right. So Luna, you step in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bitter, are you just staying out with the group too, or are you going in? Going in. All right. All right. So the couple of the patrons may look up at you, but then just kind of go back to drinking. You know, there's one old haggard bartender there. What do you do?
I make my way to the bartender and I ask him if he's seen Floon Flagmar.
What does he look like?
Human male, wavy red hair, rich clothing.
Oh, yeah. He was here actually a couple nights ago. He got really drunk. Yeah, he was with Volo. Volo was here, and Volo left, and Floon stuck around enough, and he met with another friend. His name is Rainier Never Ember. He's the son of the previous open lord here in Bakersview, Dagnalt Never Ember. Yeah, chip off the old block, that one.
Is there a place we can find him? We'd like to speak with him.
Maybe. I don't know. My memory kind of puts out his hand. It's kind of, I don't know, a little light here. Kind of puts his hand out. You know? All right, I guess. No, I don't know anything.
Just skipped a couple thieves' can't classes.
Starts cleaning another glass. Like,
Oh my god. I've never played a thief before, or a rogue before. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you sure look a wizard,
You
don't we?
want some catnip, Luna?
Even Gore know what to do there.
Bitter just leans in next to her and says, "Pay him something."
Well, I don't have to do this. Crap. Forgot how much gold I
That's
have on me.
thievery 101. Bribing.
She knows. She just cheap.
No, I don't remember how much gold I have on me.
Well, you have at least 10 because you got
I have at
paid
least
10.
10.
Yep, you got paid 10 dragons, so you at least have that. So do you give him any gold? Any dragons?
Give him at least 2.
All right, give him 2. All right, so he'll tell you. He says, yeah. So him and Rainer, they drank some more. That Rainer's just a spoiled rich noble who likes to rub our noses in it when he comes here. The 2 drank, played a few rounds of 3 Dragon Ante before they left maybe around midnight. 5 men followed him out of the tavern, and who knows what happened after that. You know what though? Those 2 didn't return, but a couple of these people, they frequent here once in a while, and maybe go check out Candle Lane and look for a snake symbol on a door. There you might find them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Get the hell out of there.
All right. All right.
Start grumbling.
Bitter, what do you do?
Bartenders.
You know, let her walk by and he just waits around.
Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't want a drink.
What information do you have on those men you described?
Nah, I don't have any information on those that I described. I said,
They sometimes come around here.
oh yeah, they frequent the place here.
Are they part of an organization at all?
I don't know that, my friend. I just mind my own business.
We don't want to run into any organization.
Well, you're here in Bakersview. There's a lot of organizations, a lot of guilds here. Everybody's got pockets or hands in somebody's pockets here. Even like I said, the rich nobles come down here once in a while looking for trouble. They probably found it.
True enough. He's gonna leave.
All right. All right. Do you share that information, Luna, with the rest
Yes,
of
I
the group?
do.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what do you guys do?
Look for a snake.
So just look around for a snake on a door. Is that the
Basically, he said go to Candle Lane
Candle Lane. There should be a snake.
and look for a building. Upstairs, buddy.
Pizza!
Okay. All right. You go upstairs. Thanks, buddy.
Classic.
And he said look for a building or a warehouse with a snake symbol painted on the door.
Okay, cool. Do you think we should get like close and then let Luna go scout it out?
Yep.
Because they might be watching us, right? Isn't this like their base or something?
He said they've come in here before. But he didn't say that this was their base.
No, the place we're going.
Who knows? Then we might find them.
But yeah, we should let Cat Lady go and see what's up with it.
Does anybody wonder why this Volo guy who travels the world wouldn't just go look for his friend himself?
He's famous.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, or he's full of shit.
He probably has a lot of enemies.
You can add some if you want.
Ooh.
I I think the lesson is don't travel the world or become famous then. I mean, he's got to send us, we're worthless, around to do shit for him.
What's on it?
All right.
Buffaloes.
So what do you guys do?
Did he indicate which way?
No, he didn't. But if you guys ask a couple of people once again on the street here, they're not too tight-lipped about saying, yeah, Candle Lane's down, a couple blocks here, and you easily find it. The buildings here on this here are tall once again, packed together. There's some torches that the street or even at are lit, here versus where some places where you saw actually candle sconces and stuff. Here there's actually torches hanging from a couple corners of buildings and such just to give a little light down the street. You come down this alley, and it's almost just in a sense here. There's no light, dark like a dungeon, and odorous is one too. You're familiar with this smell. And here, yeah, anywhere there was street lamps, they've all been smashed. You do. Yeah, and that's really what you end up seeing. You do find a what you see actually in front of one building, like this one street lamp that seems to be flickering, and so this kind of light, this flame, it's generating around this one doorway of this warehouse, and as you come to it.